Greetings, welcome to another episode of Man Cave Meals. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to cook a cast iron pan apple pie on the Kamado, so let's get started. Okay, we're going to get started with our apple pie filling. I've started here with 3 pounds of Granny Smith apples that I have cored and sliced in half, and then I sliced each half into about 6 to 8 pieces. So we're going to get them all in the mixing bowl here. And then the next thing I'm going to do is drizzle 2 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon juice over that and toss those around. And then we have 2/3 cup of sugar that we're going to add. I'm going to toss that around, and we're going to let these sit for 15 or 20 minutes, and then we'll come back and start with the pan cook. Okay, our next step, I'm going to melt about a half a stick of butter in my pan over medium-high heat, and as soon as this butter melts, we're going to add the apples. Now that our butter's melted, we're going to dump our apples in. And we're going to toss that for, I don't know, 8, 9, maybe 10 minutes until the apples get good and cooked. I'm going to get all the sugar out of the bowl, and then we'll be back. Okay, now that our apples have cooked and started to get fairly soft, the next step is we're going to drain the apples, and we're going to use a colander over a bowl to catch all the liquid. We're going to separate the liquid from the apples and then bring the liquid back to the pan. So I'll do that and we'll be right back. Okay, now that we've got our pan emptied, we're going to put 1 more tablespoon of butter in the pan, dissolve that, and we're going to add the juice that we just drained off of our apples back to the pan as well. Make sure we get all of that out. Okay. And as this butter dissolves, we are going to add a few more things. We're going to add a tablespoon of flour, a half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a pinch of nutmeg, and a pinch of clove. And we're going to stir this all up, make sure we get all of our flour broken up, and then we'll be right back. Okay, now that we have that prepared, we're going to put our apples back in. And we're going to toss that to mix it up completely. And after this is mixed completely, we're going to take it off the heat and let it cool. This has to cool completely before we go to our next step. So while this is cooling, we'll get our pie crust ready. I'm using some store-bought pie crust today, and we're going to go fire up the grill. Okay, I've lined my 10-inch cast iron pan with a bottom crust, and my apple pie filling is cooled, so we're going to put it all right in the pan here, and I'm going to spread that out nice and evenly, and we're going to get the top crust on it, and we'll be right back. And while I'm not going to win any awards for pretty, it's going to taste good. I'm going to cut some slits in the top of the pie to vent it. And the Kamado Joe is about ready to go, so we're going to take this pie and get it on the grill. So I'll see you at the grill. I brought the Kamado up to 375 degrees, so we're going to open it up. We're going to set this pie on right here in the middle and close the lid. And we're also not cooking with any smoking wood, just the plain lump charcoal today. So we're going to close this up and let it cook for about an hour, and I'm gonna come back probably in 20 minutes or so and have a look. We may have to put some foil over the top to keep the crust from burning around the edges, so we'll look at that in about 20 minutes. We're about 30 minutes into the cook here, so we're gonna take a quick peek. It doesn't look like the crust edges are getting overdone or anything, so we're just going to let it continue to cook. We'll be back. I'll keep an eye on it, and got about another 30 minutes or so to go. Okay, our pie is just about ready, so what I'm going to do here to finish this guy off, we're going to baste on a little butter on the top of the crust, and then we're going to sprinkle just a little sugar on top, and we'll let that guy finish off. Okay folks, our apple pie is done, so I'm going to pull it off, let it cool, and then we will have a little scoop of ice cream on it and some caramel sauce and see what it tastes like. Okay folks, I got myself a slice of this out here. We're going to drizzle a little caramel on it, and then we're going to have a taste. It smells delicious. Let's see what we've got here. Get a little bit of that ice cream. The pie is still warm, nice and warm. Let's see what we ended up with. Okay. That's a score for the Man Cave. So until next time, Man Cave Meals.